Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk right here on SABC 3. The stage is yours. So my guest today, her list of achievements, really they're longer than your grocery list at the end of the month. She has been in Sarafina, she has been in Yesterday, she has been in Invictus, she has been in Free State, she's been in a movie that's been nominated for an Oscar, she's been in a stage production that was nominated for a Tony Award, she has won an NAACP award, she has also been on Generations. She has also been on Uzalo, the telenovela that is taking the country by storm. By now, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Leleti Khumalo. I'm so excited that you're here.
This is so scary. You know everything about me.
Look, I wanted to say to you, come on, Nelson. Why can't I be a star? Look at the camera. Look, my ring is gone. Flash. Smile at the camera. Flash everybody. Everybody wanted to be Sarafina when they were growing up. Everyone. But there was only one Sarafina. It was you.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here finally.
I am honored that you are here. And here's the thing. Obviously, I was stalking you so I can know everything about you. Even me, who knows everything usually, I didn't know that Sarafina was first a stage play.
Oh, yes.
And then it became a
Anele,
movie.
come on.
Kiflopile.
That's where we started.
At 16 years old, you were
At
cast
16 years
as Sarafina.
old, yes.
And
I had to move from home at 16 years old, had to move from Durban to Joburg. But it was the thing coming to Joburg.
Of course. At 16 though.
At 16 though. You understand? And our parents were not okay with that.
I can imagine. I mean, at 16, I don't want you to go down the street. Now you want to go to Johannesburg.
Listen, nalimala, you know, my big toe. I was like, oh, I'm not going to go to Joburg anymore. And they said, no, you can come. We go to the doctors there.
Okay.
And I was so worried about it.
So the beginning of this was you used to be in after school, you'd go to
the
these
garage,
drama classes.
yes.
Tunogwe.
Yes. She will be teaching us how to dance, everything about entertainment, you know, but it was not serious. It was Nje, you know, after school. But Mr. Mombongeni was a friend with Utunogwe. And then he came, he told her about Sarafina. Listen, I want to do a play about school children. Can I come and audition your kids here? And she said, come. And he came and he said, sing for me. We sang and he took about 5, 6 of us.
That was
it. Anele, it's not like when I grew up, I wanted to be an actress or whatever. No.
This is all chance. It's just...
It was
It's chance.
All I wanted was to be a social worker.
But I mean, and we'll talk about it later, I think the movies you've done have been social working because they always seem to have some sort of message.
That is so true.
Yeah, they always seem to...
It's been a blessing for me. All the roles that I've been playing, they've made a lot of sense to me. They spoke to me first. You understand? It's not like I had to take anything that comes to my way. You know, it was making sense all the
times.
way. Yeah.
So your brother, you said because your father had passed away and you were young,
yes.
So your brother basically took on the role of the head of the household.
Father, yes.
Because your mom also worked away and you guys would only see her sometimes once a year.
Yeah.
When you left at 16, did you not feel guilty? You're like, oh, I'm leaving these people and all we really have is each other as the children of this household.
You know what? I didn't. Because when I grew up, when my father wasn't there anymore and my brother was taking care of us, but when we left, it was like I have to go and fend for myself. Oh. That's what I had.
Let me take a load off him.
Exactly.
One less person to feed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, my mother was away, and it was too much for us as kids as well. We're still young, but it was too much.
I can understand.
You understand?
That.
Yeah.
So you get to Joburg.
We get to Joburg.
Lights
were on.
It's just bright here in Johannesburg.
Listen, Tina, we didn't come to work at Joburg. We came to a goal. You understand? To have fun.
Simple.
So, you know, and we were having fun, still working, we were working from, let me say, maybe from 6 to 6, Ekseni.
Wow.
So we
Is this
were...
at the Market Theatre?
No, in Fortsburg.
Okay.
We started at Fortsburg, rehearsals and everything, and our lives were there.
Okay.
So silala lapha, we're doing everything there, you know. So we were enjoying it. It wasn't like they abusing us or whatever. We were just having fun.
And you also had each other, you know?
Exactly,
It's
we
like
know
a holiday
each
with your
other.
friends.
My sister is there, my friends are there, so everything was there.
So when do they decide they're going to take you to America? Now, here's the thing. You thought Johannesburg was a big deal. Then they're like, Leleti.
Lalela. You know what? Okay, it happened. We rehearsed, we did everything. And there was a time where they had to choose characters. Sarafina has to be chosen, Colgate has to be chosen. And I was told I'm going to play Sarafina. You know, I was like, okay, what is that? You're going to do a lead role. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Just because they saw me, Uguti, I'm working harder than others.
Okay.
Not because I was talented then.
And that's inherently a trait Sarafina had.
Exactly.
That belief in herself,
exactly.
that hard working, that you can do anything you want.
You know what? Sarafina had some similarities with Leleti in a way. You know, that working hard girl and
Leader.
Leader. Exactly.
Leader. So you get to America.
We get to America.
You're on Broadway.
We get to America. We're going to go to America for 2 months.
Yeah.
Right? And then we're coming back home. We're fine with that. And after 2 months, we were homesick already.
Crying.
We want to go home. When 2 months passed, we called in a meeting. Listen, you guys, you're not going home anymore. What happened? What happened? We cried. Isililo. Anele, we cried. You know, everybody would be so excited and be jolly. Uguti, we're not going home, we're staying in America. But, you know, we wanted to go home. We cried. It was so sad.
What was it about America? Because I'd imagine in the first week, it's nice, you know? And everyone is speaking American. And you're like, ooh,
Yes.
we want to talk like them.
Yes.
Hey, girl. You know, and then second week, you're like, okay, we're working. Third week, you like the money. But then what about it was not home for you?
You know what? Everything was different. The language. It was work all the time. One day a Monday was a day off. You know, we had to sleep the whole day. It was tiring. So we only had each other, you know. I remember our phone bills were unbelievably high. And they called Ubab Ndlovu, Uputuma, to come and talk to us. Listen, you guys, this is not on.
You can't be
You cannot calling home like this. You are wasting your money. This money you have to take it back home and show your parents that you are really working here. But it didn't work.
You wanted to go home. How long were you guys there when you were doing the stage play?
We were supposed to stay for 2 months, and then we ended up staying for 8 months. And then it ended up 2 years, and then 4 years.
You guys were in exile, most. Listen, I'm going to take a break. When we come back, I mean, they finally got nominated for a Tony, so the 4 years didn't go to waste. And I want to know, what was the transition from having Sarafina being a stage play to becoming the biggest movie to come off African soil to date? We'll be back. And we're back on Real Talk with what I call a national treasure. So you can basically say Ushaka Marine World, Table Mountain, Leleti Khumalo. So where we left it off was you guys stay 4 years overseas, and you can't believe this. For people who were there for 2 months.
Lalela. Yo. And it was a shock to everyone.
But then you guys got nominated for a Tony Award, which is the highest award you can get for stage work in the world, okay? Who explained to you what a Tony Award is? Because I don't imagine you knew a Tony Award. Like, what a Tony?
First of all, Tina, we came to America to do a show. We didn't know anything about awards and whatever. You understand? So when they came and told us, this is the biggest award in life, I'm like, oh, okay, bring it, okay. And then the night came, we were nominated. I think Les Miserables took everything. Yeah, we were
Okay.
with
You were in good company.
of course,
Okay.
of
Look,
course.
you're in good company.
You know, and it was not bad that we didn't get any, but we were told good nomination on its own
Is
is like
something amazing.
Yes.
I mean, even when you were nominated for an Oscar for Yesterday.
For Yesterday,
Listen,
exactly.
it's still nominated. It was mentioned at the
Lalela.
Oscars.
I remember that night. I was sweating. Anele, I was so, I remember, I still remember even now, I was sweating. I was asking myself, okay, if I win, am I going to be able to go on stage and utter nje a word?
Don't fall.
You know,
Just don't fall. Talk properly.
I was like, when they didn't call my name, I was like, thanks God.
Yes, sometimes
Who
you
says
believe.
that?
You're like, yo, Tisa, at least I don't have to speak to 1 billion people.
I know. I was like, thanks God. I was celebrating. It started, you understand, Lendo Yogu team, if you don't win, it's okay. It started with Itoni Award. Uguti, you shouldn't feel bad that you're not doing
The
well.
fact that you were even amongst, Les Miserables and all those people.
All those people,
is
exactly.
telling.
It's telling the world that you are something.
But then you did win the NAACP award for Best Stage Actress.
With Whitney Houston.
Angela Bassett.
Angela, my favorite. You know, that
Janet
one
Jackson.
Janet Jackson. That one I was waiting for. Let me get this one. And I got it.
You won that for your stage work for Sarafina.
Stage work for Sarafina, yes.
So what, because what was the time frame between the stage work for Sarafina and
the
them
movie.
making it a movie?
We had to finish the tour. We did the whole 4 years. And then after that, we had to wait for, I think, 2 months, sorry.
Okay.
We came back home. That's when I was told, okay, you're going to be doing Sarafina, the movie now. But they said, you need to audition again.
Okay.
I was like, okay, what do I do? Because I don't know anything about movies. I mean, stage is my life. And they said, no, the screen need to love you and you need to convince producers. And I was like, okay, tell me what to do. And then they put me on screen. I don't even remember what I did on that screen, what I said. I did whatever they said I must do. And they said, producers love you. You're doing the movie. I remember it was Anand.
Yes, Anand Singh.
Yes. Darrell came to me and said, Leleti, I want you to do this movie. But you need to convince producers.
Okay, so you get the movie, and then enter stage right, Mrs. Masomboka.
Mrs. Masomboka is here.
Morning,
That
Mrs.
woman,
Masomboka.
my favorite again.
Whoopi Goldberg. She also has a Tony Award.
She's got a Tony Award, yes.
So you guys could relate. I've been nominated.
No, we couldn't.
Couldn't you?
I couldn't. It was just too much for me, Anele. My first movie with Whoopi Goldberg, and I was like, no ways.
Whoopi
This is
Goldberg, Miriam Makeba,
Miriam Makeba.
John Kani.
Listen. I was like, what's going on here? What is happening? Again, Anele Mina, I didn't take this thing too seriously.
Yeah.
Again, I was having fun. I was still in a continuation of having fun. You understand? So this acting, to me, it's all having fun. So my first day on set with Whoopi, again, I couldn't work. I was sent back home.
Why? Were you nervous?
I was nervous. I developed a fever because
Stress.
Yeah,
Because
it was just too much. She called me Shame, and she asked me what is happening. I'm like, okay, Tugile. Mina, I'm scared.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous. I'm everything. She was like, no, my baby, just be yourself. I'm here for you. That woman was amazing.
And I mean,
I remember she was making sure, I think she was asking something on set. And they gave it to her, and she asked, is Leleti getting this? She is the star of this show.
oh my word.
I know. She was making sure every day that I get the first-class treatment.
Because she's from
bigger
Hollywood.
Than her. Yeah,
And
she understood.
Yeah, you said this. You said working with international stars gives you another kind of work ethic. Because you just, the way they do things, the way they move on set.
You learn.
The way they treat people on set.
Around. You learn, Anele. Uguti, this is not about me. That person is bigger than me, so I should give that person a space, the respect she deserves or he deserves.
So she was saying, I'm Whoopi Goldberg. And Whoopi Goldberg's got a Tony, an Emmy, an Oscar, and a Golden Globe. This is Whoopi Goldberg. And then she's giving you, you are the star.
I'm Whoopi Goldberg, but I'm not a star here. This child is a star. How is that?
So she made you a better actress?
She did. She did. I started to learn from people I work around with that they can take me far. You know, it's not about what I'm doing at that moment. It's about learning from the next person that you are with at that moment.
And what about Miriam Makeba? Because I'd imagine your relationship with her was quite personal because your mother was a domestic worker, right?
Yes, it was.
And you speak of the fact that you grew up resenting the fact that she didn't spend time with you guys.
Yes.
So Miriam Makeba is a domestic worker in Sarafina. She's your mother. And you watch her love the kids that she's raising.
And she behaved like my real mother.
Oh, you're going to make me cry.
You know that woman, Anele, oh God, that woman behaved like my mother from day one, you understand? And I got so attached to her. Whenever I had to work with her, it was like I'm home. I'm reacting with my mother. I'm saying whatever I have to say to my mother. She made everything so easy to me.
Your guys' relationship in that movie was so believable. When you're sitting in her room, in the back room, and you're wearing the blue dress, and she's like rubbing your back, and you just come back from what Foster Square, John Foster Square, and her boss walks in, and the boss is like, I'm sorry, I'll be back. Just the silence between you two.
You understand, you're talking about something that you don't understand, Anele. Like I said, I left my mother at home and she was taking care of us. It wasn't easy for her. My mother had to start life afresh because she was a stay-home mom. And when my father passed, she had to start a new life. So when I met with Miriam, it was like, here's my mother. I got my mother back. So it was amazing, I must say. She made that whole time of shooting Sarafina so amazing to me and so real.
And she was also an international star.
She was also an international, and she didn't behave like that. Like I said, Anele, she behaved like my real mother. And we got that connection from day one up until she passed as well. May her soul rest in peace.
On the way, there's a role Leleti says is her most important role to date. I know you think it's the one we're crying about, but it's not. So we're gonna take a break and we're gonna powder our noses and clean ourselves up, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about that. I know you wanna come back now. You're gonna come back. And we're back to easily one of the most riveting conversations I have ever had on Real Talk and my entire life. Leleti Khumalo is on the couch. So you say that Yesterday is the most important role you have played in your entire career.
You see, you're bringing another one again.
I'm sorry.
Anele. Yeah, I always say that. I know people love Sarafina more than anything that I've done. But I always say Yesterday is the most important work I've ever done in my life. Because when I agreed on doing Yesterday, I remember first time reading the script, I was like, Darrell, this movie is for me. This movie is for me, doing it for women in the rural areas, representing them. Because I know impilo abayiphilayo. It is a sad, sad life that they live in the rural areas. I was like, okay, it's not going to be easy, but again, it's going to be easy because I understand how they live in a way. But it was not easy doing that movie, Anele. You understand, Uguti, you transforming from being Leleti to a woman out there who is
docile, meek, like
suffering
abused,
from day one from morning until she goes to sleep, from not knowing ukuthi ingane izodlani until ingane iyolala ingadlile. You understand? And the husband is out there. The wife is thinking the husband is doing work for us. He's going to come back and we're going to be
fine.
We will live a better life. But you find out, Uguti, this husband is just doing something that you can't even think of.
You've mentioned before that in every role that you play, a little bit of it, even if it's 1%, has to be Leleti.
Yes.
Now, the darkness of Yesterday, did you derive that from your first marriage?
A lot from my first marriage came. I invested it in this role.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of it. First of all, bad and good.
Yeah.
First of all, my first marriage introduced me to a life, yase elalini.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes, I can see how that happened.
Exactly. So, and my husband was born in Makai.
Yeah.
So we would go there and visit, and I would spend time with women, I was young, but circumstances forced me to sit down with those women because I was a woman. I was married.
Makoti.
Exactly, makoti, and live that life. So whatever I knew from then, I transferred it to this role. It made me to do yesterday even better than Nami. I could think I could deliver this role like this.
I'm so glad you said bad and good.
Yes.
Because with Mr. Ngema, Ubabongani Ngema, when I heard you were married to him,
yes.
and because all my friends, anyone who knows me knows that my favorite song in the world is Vuma Dlozilam.
Yes.
Nyambongo baba wami mina. Listen. And when you grow up and you hear the things that he's saying there, the way he's like praising you, I was like, you guys, Leleti would obviously fall here.
Anele, that man, Ubaba Mbongeni, is another person.
Ne?
When he creates, it's like he goes to another level.
He's a machine.
He's a machine. I always say there will be no other man like that man. We still don't have. Maybe he's coming, but we still don't have a man like Ubaba Mbongeni. He's just another person when it comes to creativity.
And you can't help but be drawn into it
You
and
cannot.
sapped by it, ne?
When you listen to those, when you listen to that song and the lyrics.
Huh? Usana blind. Huh? No, Usana bomb. Ow, me again. Ow. Guys, and then you like inhliziyo yam.
I'm telling you.
Icelo Tadia Popo. You just made my life. It is my favorite song. It's everything that a love song should be. Everything and more. So then, how did this next one approach you? Because, the stakes are high, guys. That was the level we set. So, Babu Kanyile. Uskutazo. Kanyile.
Well, I was still in separation and I was still in that phase, and I met him playing, and that's how he proposed. He was like, Well, he said a lot of things. Uthi naye, he was nervous and to approach me. And yeah, he approached me and then it started then. It never stopped, yeah.
And you've been glowing ever since.
Lalela. You know, second day I was taken. Second day I was taken. Because after stories as a planning, we met a day after. And I was like, this is the man I want to spend my life with. And Anele, he taught me how to be loved. I never knew how makuthumuntu uyathandwa.
Uthandwa kanjani, bathini?
Exactly. I knew how to love someone, but one thing that lacked in my life is to be loved.
And you said that you stayed in the marriage for 14 years because you were dying to be a role model. You know, I need to be a role model. Do you now understand that being a role model is being the happiest person Leleti can be?
I always preach that.
Okay.
It's whenever I speak happiness comes within you. You are responsible for your happiness. You understand? And I lived my 14 years of marriage for people. Yeah. I wanted to please people. And I stayed. I was like, okay, it's gonna work. I stayed. And one day I woke up, I was like, that's it.
So you see, this is what I want to ask you. Because you say, one day I woke up. The night before, what did you eat? Maybe many women need to eat whatever you ate. Like, we need that dish.
It's not like that evening I sat and I was thinking, no.
You slept?
I slept okay. I remember I was doing my script because I was still in Generations. I was doing my script. I finished my work. And then I woke up extended. I was like, that's it. The first person I called was Umama. I told her, Ma, this is it. I'm finished. And she was the happiest woman on earth. Uma never told me she was not happy for me in that marriage. She kept it a secret because she thought uzongimoshela umshado.
Because she's your mother, you'll listen to her.
Exactly.
But it's a good thing you came to the decision yourself.
I came.
Because then you can stick to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not like somebody came and say, Leleti, this is it. You must just go. It happened. I decided. I said, that's it. And Yena himself, Babngema, didn't believe me. I was like, that's it. I'm not going to turn back. I'm not going to reverse. I'm not going to change my mind. That's it.
All right, so the man that taught her how to be loved also gave her the greatest gifts in the world. They came in twos. We will talk about her children, the twins, after this. And welcome back to Real Talk right here on SABC 3, where the stage is yours. And today's episode is sure to have you all warm and fuzzy. Speaking of warm and fuzzy, do not forget, every week we run a competition where you can win yourself a 5,000 Rand e-voucher from At Home. It's courtesy of At Home. You can win it. Make sure that you go to our Twitter page, at Real Talk on 3, as well as our Facebook page, and you can score yourself a prize. Let us carry on with this fascinating talk. So you get twins, right? And you've played a motherly role your entire life.
My entire life.
Even
True.
in Sarafina,
yes.
you were the leader amongst them.
Yes.
They were always looking to you for answers. So
exactly.
the mother gene just followed you.
It's in me.
Forever.
I cannot run away from that, yeah.
So the day you became a mom?
It was triplets. We lost one.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
It was not an easy pregnancy. Before we had like maybe 3-4 miscarriages.
Oh my.
It was not a good life, you understand? But I think, Anele, this life is a journey. You know what? I think umshado wami prepared me for where I am today or where I'm going. I don't want to blame my first marriage for my unhappiness entirely. I want to say I've learned some things that are going to strengthen me for whatever I need to do or I want to do in life. But there are those unhappy moments that I don't want to talk about, I don't want to think about. But again, all I want to say is that we go to our journeys in life, and for a reason. They need to prepare us for whatever. We need to go on those journeys to be prepared.
You need to go through it.
We need to
keep walking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I always say I'm glad I've learned. I took something from that unhappiness and turned some of it into a happiness. I met Uskutazo. I fell in love with Uskutazo like my second day with him, and we never looked back. We lived our lives like no one knew what was happening. And we never go out to the movies. We were enjoying ourselves.
You were cocooned.
Exactly.
Nesting.
Exactly. You know?
Nesting.
And he decided to marry me. I said, yes, why not? And again, we got married. It happened, the miscarriages and whatever, and then we got lucky. We were the twins. And
their names like strike me like there's messages behind their names. Can you please walk us through their names?
Yes, their names. A lot of people were like, but I'm a twins. What's happening?
I can do what I want.
You know? I was like, okay. Kuno ulwenzile, kuno yamugelani. Ulwenzile is like God has done his blessings. So receive yamugelani.
Oh, okay, then the twins do have names that are similar. Just because people don't understand.
The reasoning, yeah.
It's a full sentence.
It is.
Oh, to God be the glory.
Yes.
And I understand you took 2 years off after they came.
I took 2 years off. I needed that time. You know what? They were my first babies. And I said, let me just do this project properly.
I like that you call it a project.
It was a project for me. And I said, let me just concentrate in it and build this pillar. Because, you know, raising children, it's not easy. You have to start give teachings to these children from day one. You know, they have to see you doing whatever they will be doing in their lives. They need to be proud of their parents. This I got from my mother, this I got from my father, this I got from my parents both. So we needed to do that. We needed to concentrate on them without anything distracting us or whatever. So yeah, it wasn't easy because raising children, again, it's expensive.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's not like we had all the monies in the world.
Because if you're not working, you're not getting paid.
Hello? Especially in this industry.
And you've got 2, eh?
2.
That's 2 mouths.
Yeah.
So purities, you're buying 2 purities, you're buying 4.
Purities. Milk. So it wasn't easy. But, you know, my husband was so hands-on from the beginning. So he made everything easy. He was there from day one. That man, I still say to him, but you are the greatest. You are my friend, you are my soul, you my everything. You know, when I'm at work, I always think of him.
Oh.
And when he's at home with them, I always say, they're safe.
So, I mean, you're just looking at the financial side of it being easy. Just look at the industry side of it. You know, when you leave for 2 years, does that not scare you that, you know, people are going to forget, I'm going to come back and not be cast in anything?
Listen, Anele, I forgot about all of that.
Wow.
I put everything on hold. I just thought about this new life, this new phase in my life, this new journey.
That ultimately makes you a better actress,
a better person,
a better broadcaster on radio, better everything.
Hey, talking about that, Anele. Anele.
Samsasazi le ekhaya, huh? Booming live from Vuma FM.
Vuma.
Aye.
Yeah, I was approached by Uphindi Gule. And she came to me, she said, I know you've never done radio before, and I know you will do it. I was like, Pindi, but how? I said, no, I'll be with you the whole time. We did radio. I was still pregnant. They didn't know I was pregnant. I told them I was 5 months pregnant. Because I didn't want anyone to know.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And then we saw, no, everything is going okay now. We can tell everybody
Share our
that.
good news.
Exactly. And I told them I'm pregnant, blah, blah, blah. And I remember I was in and out of work now because it was twins, 5, 6 months. It was a bit complicated. And so the doctor said, I must stay at home. I shouldn't go anywhere now. And then I said, okay. I listened, but sometimes I didn't listen. I would go to work. And I remember a day I went to work and the doctor said, you don't go to work for a week. I was bored. I went to work. I got sick. I called my doctor and the doctor said, you must rush to hospital. You must rush to hospital now. Because when I told her what's going on, she was like, now, come to work now. My husband was here in Joburg. We were moving places. And flights were full. And I was like, okay, I'm going to call one of my friends. Come, take me to hospital. And they came, they took me to hospital. They said, you're not going home.
You're giving birth?
Yes.
At 6 months?
It was 6.5 years.
But twins do come early though.
They do come early.
So you weren't too stressed?
No,
Okay.
I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't. The person who was very stressed was my husband.
Back here in Jozi?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a break, the last one today. When we come back, I want to talk about Uzalo.
Yay!
Yeah.
And something else.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Uzalo and something else. Now you want to know what the something else is, right? So now you have to stay where you are until we come back. And for the last time this afternoon on SABC 3, we are back with Real Talk. So Leleti Khumalo has said that she wants to be remembered as a mother, as a people's person, and as an actress. Let's talk about the acting side now. At the moment, what are you guys drinking in the water at Uzalo? Because your numbers are something else. The storyline is even more riveting. And you look like you genuinely enthralled by the entire thing.
Lalela, it's the KZN water.
Yeah, clearly.
Right?
Clearly.
You can't get it anywhere except a KZN. Anele, I'm loving Uzalo. Okay, before I'm loving Uzalo, I'm loving what I'm doing. Acting is something that I want to do forever. And I came to Uzalo, well, yes. I heard about the auditions. I came to Joburg for auditions.
But they were done with the auditions, weren't they?
They were done.
Yes, they were done.
Yes. And the kids were still small. And they were done. They said, no, we finished. We're going to KZN. I went to KZN. Again, they said, we're finished. We're doing workshops now. I was like, okay, it's not for me, you know? Okay, let me stay with my children. Let me stay with my husband. Let's carry on with our lives. Okay, like months later, they called me. I said, okay, Uzalo, we're interested in you. This is the character we want you to portray. I was like, okay, let's meet. Okay, they told me everything about Uzalo, about the character. I was like, yay, Mama Mfundis. Yeah, that was not easy. It's, you know, to play a character in Jalo, people will expect a lot.
Like they do from the real Mamfundises.
Exactly.
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 You walked into that one.
Yo, Anele, and I had to I had to meet with a lot of omama umfundisi to come up with Manzuza. People are loving Manzuza, even though the storyline at the moment, it's like, but Manzuza, what are you doing now? Uhambelene ekhaya. You understand? I'm like, it's life, people.
It happens.
You know, it goes back to happiness. You understand? You have to create your own happiness. Akekho umuntu responsible for you being happy. You understand? But again, Manzuza, being Manzuza, is thinking about the community, is thinking about the church. Exactly. You understand? You know, as women, this thing is in us, Anele. Okay, you think about yourself, but again, awukwazi ukubashiya abantu around wena.
Because we're nurturers by nature.
By nature. And as Zulu people, siphila ngabantu.
Yes.
You understand?
Ubuntu.
Bukuthina, exactly. So I'm loving Uzalo, I'm loving people that I work with because kuneyingane laphana. You know, they always come to me, Mdletshe. Mangfika, they were like, we are so honored, we are so happy, we're going to be working with you, we're going to be learning a lot of things from you. I'm like, guys, I'm going to be learning
I'm also
from
learning,
you guys as well. So don't take it like, nizosebenza no legend, whatever you may call me, nizosebenza ne actress, ezobiqala ukwenza Uzalo. So everyone is new here.
Everyone is new to this.
Exactly.
So we're speaking about the water in KZN. So now I want to talk, because I heard that you're also the face of water. What's this thing you're doing?
Okay,
philanthropy lady.
Yes, I'm an ambassador with this company because we are in a crisis in South Africa.
Indeed we are. Cape Town is going through the worst.
Lalela, we don't know, Uguti, we in crisis. So when they came to me, Uguti, can we work with you and teach people about what situation we are in at the moment? We are losing water and we need to save water. And we need you to go to people and talk to people about saving water. It's a new life. It's a new life in a way that, you know, when you brush your teeth, close the tap. Brush your teeth. Finish, rinse, and close your tap. Same thing when you take a shower. Go to the shower, put your soap, close the tap, and rub yourself, whatever. Finish, rinse, and that's it. Isn't it kanjalo? When kuna leaking taps, make sure you fix it. Isn't it Anele will do magic? But we need to be in this thing together. Anele or Leleti.
Oh, just us two.
Never, it will never work.
So I like the fact that and if I'm going to listen to anyone about, you know, the right way to live life, I'm going to listen to you.
Unfortunately or fortunately, people listen to us because they see us every day and they think we make sense.
Yeah.
So I like to think I make sense to people.
Okay, so we're about to go. But one more thing I want you to touch on. I don't want to talk about it insanely because it's your thing. But to anybody else who will be going through that and somebody else who's currently going through that, I know you've got, is it vitiligo?
Vitiligo, yes.
Vitiligo,
yes.
I can't even say it properly.
Vitiligo is a disease, yeah. You lose color in your blood.
In your blood, so therefore it affects your skin.
Yes.
Right? What's the one thing you want people to know about it and about it being with Leleti?
Yes, you're talking about vitiligo. We were talking about it, my husband, 2 days or 3 days ago in Sun City, and he was telling me about how I need to embrace this thing. How he looks at me as if he's looking at me from first day he saw me.
How you are still beautiful.
Anele, thank you so much. But the thing is, when you have vitiligo, you have to embrace it. You are still the same person. It's not so.
Is it not so?
It's not so.
Okay.
It's just there. But unfortunately, I'm in an industry that doesn't allow us in danger. They cover a little scratch, a little, you understand?
A pimple.
A pimple.
That's going to be gone tomorrow.
Exactly.
They'll cover it.
Exactly, unfortunately. But fortunately, Uzalo, they didn't have a problem with it.
Because umamfundisi.
And I'm still embracing it. It's not easy every day because sometimes I wake up, I'm like, But I was not like this. But again, I have to embrace it.
Apparently, you started getting it when you were 20.
Yes. A little patch. I was like, what's happening here? I was like, okay, it's okay. It's a lula.
Okay.
And it kept on spreading and spreading.
It's a very high end. Is it a disease? Because Michael Jackson had it, so you are in good company. let's just put that out there.
Well, all I'm gonna say is that I'm not gonna bleach myself.
Oh, good.
It's gonna happen like this. If Yashinja the whole body, let it be.
Let it be.
Yeah, I'm still embracing it. It's not easy, like I said.
Because there's two models in America, and the one that's actually on her face, and she's gorgeous, and she's modeling with it. And people are like, look, now we're here. What must happen?
We need to embrace it, Anele. It's there. It's not curable.
What a journey you've had.
A beautiful journey.
Would you ever consider, because I know you want to direct and produce.
Yes.
I'm
going there.
Would your first project ever be a movie about yourself?
Not my first project. Not my
Your ninth one.
Maybe the second or third one.
Okay.
Yeah. That one, I want to treat it special.
And are you writing? Because I think it's important that you write.
I will.
Okay. Just write every day something about Leleti so that
see?
you don't forget it.
You see, I've learned something from you.
Ska.
Every day.
Ska. Look, I'm going to go, but thank you so much for honoring us. This has been by far my favorite chat. And you know, how we were introduced to you is you looking in the mirror saying, look at the camera, flash, smile at the camera. And then you say, stars don't do anything. Stars just be. And that's what you've done. She's just being. Thank you so much for joining us. This was so special. We will do this again at 5 p.m. with SABC 3. The stage is yours. Bye-bye.